Hi everyone, it's me, Carbundance, and welcome back to another topic video, which I haven't done the past couple of days because I just kind of had to get into the new kind of format that I made with the what I eat in a day videos a year ago and now. So let me know if you like this new format. It just takes some getting used to, but I think they're much more concise and precise this way, just experimenting. I am going to make the topic videos just like whenever there is an occasion. Like for example, if I think there is a question that I best answer for every one of you. And so I got a question on my German channel by Laura, and I'm translating now. For me, the eating behavior and the being fixated on the own body weight is the absolute superficial symptom of the eating disorder, kind of. That's why I think it's interesting. I think it would be interesting how your life, like your thoughts and feelings and relationships, change altogether, not just like regarding the food. So that's the first part of the question, and I would, well, it's not actually a question, but I thought it's a good topic to talk about because 100% I agree. What's going on like around food and exercise is only like the manifestation of the eating disorder, but at the same time, how my mind responds and reacts and deals with food and like, did I say exercise? I mean body weight, because that's what you're talking about, is completely impacting how I feel in general, how I think in general, and how my thoughts and feelings and relationships are in my life. And they have become so different, everything 100% for the better. I just wanted to share that with you guys because ever since I started recovery, like the longer I did it, the more capacities became free in my mind to actually think about other things than food, or like anything, like things about me. Eating disorders make you obsessed about yourself, and it's not because you're a bad person, but it's because the eating disorder is bad. It's just like it makes you just it just makes you ungenerous, kind of unloving, uncaring, not like naturally from your heart, but it's the nature of your eating disorder because it always revolves around and prioritizes superficial things that don't matter. And that is how relationships suffer greatly if one of the partners has an eating disorder, and also your feelings and your thoughts are very consumed by the eating disorder. And I find like my mental life and everything I care about and think about and feel has nothing to do with what the eating disorder wants anymore. I find myself like, it feels like my heart has grown so much. I am finally able to be the person that I want to be. And that is generous, that is being caring, being kind, being loving, being looking around like who needs my help, being spending time calling people, just the basic kind of building relationships, which I used to neglect before when I was still in my eating disorder, even in quasi recovery, because you're still so consumed by yourself. And it hurt so much because I wanted to be different, but I didn't know how. And so my thoughts are totally around like not around food and body weight and myself anymore, but other things. Mind you, that took some time until that developed that way. of course, the eating disorder always wants to sneak its way back into your mind, but as long as I don't restrict, zero restriction, I just kind of keep it killed, and until it's completely killed, and then I am free of it. And so my feelings, I feel much calmer, much more peaceful, so relaxed. I am not anxious anymore. And so many times I just laugh. I'm not used to that anymore, to have a good laugh, like so often. I'm silly, I am funny, I am like, I'm just not so tense anymore, and not so like rigid, you know. There's just, and also people tell me this, especially David and my family, like there's not this, and friends, there's not this vibe, this tense vibe going off of me, and there's kind of like so much more authentic and alive energy around me, which wasn't there before, but which used to be there before I ever got an eating disorder. And so like that is the old personality, my real personality coming out again. And just relationships in general, I'm finally able to put as much into relationships as I want, because before I did see for quite a while that I wasn't putting in as much as I wanted to, but I kind of felt like unable to put enough into the relationships because I didn't have time. Why didn't I have time? Because I was just consumed by the eating disorder, and my thoughts, everything in my head revolved around that. And so, yeah, just, I completely agree with Laura. My life just internally has completely changed, and internally it changed, and so on the outside it also just changes and keeps changing. I can only speak that to you guys. If you don't know who you were before your eating disorder, you are going to find out, and it is so beautiful to find your old real self back again without, you know, you can finally be the person that you want to be. You can be kind. You do not always only think about yourself. And sometimes also with that, some true grief comes with it. The recovery grief, how I like to call it, which I felt very, very much, because you remember events that you used to miss because exercise or whatever else, or your routine would have suffered from it. And so, you know, it's, once your eyes are open to the fact that you have lost so much capacity to something that is so irrelevant and only circling around yourself, that hurts. But you know, you gotta keep it positive, and you gotta think about the moments that you can now make and really invest in things and relationships and feelings and thoughts that really matter. Yeah, so I hope my sharings about this topic helped you, and I will go into the second part of the question tomorrow. I will see you next video. Bye!